is the problem. We have allowed our country to basically become one come all and do what the hell you want. And all of you out there who voted for this crap, who voted for the Bidens because you don't like the way Trump talks and he just whatever. This is what we're getting. We are getting slaughtered. Our country members are getting slaughtered. Your children, our children possibly, our loved ones are being slaughtered on the college campuses that we pay for the most part.
Facts remain that we are in a crisis under this current administration.
Absolutely.
We are at a critical point in time. We need to get Biden out. We need to get Trump in more than ever now. The White House was slammed on Monday for releasing a woefully inadequate statement about the shocking murder of Laken Riley. If you guys don't know, I encourage you to look this up. Police have charged Jose Ibarra, a 26-year-old Venezuelan immigrant living in the U.S. illegally, for murdering Riley, a 22-year-old Georgia college student on the University of Georgia campus last week. Court documents allege that Ibarra didn't simply kill her. And this is what we're seeing with a lot of these immigrants. He brutally beat her. So he disfigured her skull, is what news reports are stating. The heinous crime has brought increased attention to the border crisis and President Joe Biden's immigration policies, and the administration's response to Riley's murder isn't helping. This is what we're seeing, Shelley, all across the country. Now, we just talked about this a couple weeks ago. Sonny Holston was on The View saying, oh, there's no issue with illegal immigrants committing crime. And we have this.
Well, we already know, what do they call them? The spews with the hags on The View. They don't have the facts most of the time. They are emoting. And we have known, not just with this vicious murder of this young Georgia student, but illegal immigrants have been killing and harming legal or Americans in general for years. These are just the most recent cases. Maryland, I think Texas, we have some out in California. You mentioned, I think, the drunk drivers, right? Not just this brutal murder, as horrific as it was by this piece of shit. Let's go back. The customs, U.S. Customs, he has been arrested and supposedly deported at least a few times since 2021 or 2022.
That's right.
So at least 3 or 4 times. He should never have been in our states, in the United States at all. And certainly after the first time, he should have got his ass shipped back over the border. See, this is the problem. We have allowed our country to basically become one come all and do what the hell you want. And all of you out there who voted for this crap, who voted for the Bidens because you don't like the way Trump talks and he just whatever. This is what we're getting. We are getting slaughtered. Our country members are getting slaughtered. Your children, our children possibly, our loved ones are being slaughtered on the college campuses that we pay for the most part. Tainted, and I say that in the best sense of the word. We have a demented octogenarian in the White House who's signing bills and executive orders and then claiming that it's the Republicans' fault. No, it's not. No, it's not. We need our borders closed. I don't care. We talk about lockdowns. Let's lock up every damn border that surrounds the United States and get these people out. Send them back, because now we have people burying their children on college campuses that can't even take a run in the morning because you have these people who are haunting them and hunting them down.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, this compounded. Not only we are seeing a derelict of duty within our federal government, but then you see this is compounded by the sanctuary city status of what these cities are doing and not prosecuting crimes. As you mentioned, Shelley, and I want to just get through this. This guy was arrested in New York City in 2020. I'm sorry, a year. Wait. The Blaze News reported Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirmed Ibarra entered U.S. illegally in September of 2022. A year later, he was arrested in New York City, acting in a manner to injure a child less than 17 in a motor vehicle license violation. He was released by the NYPD before a detainer could be issued. He then moved to Georgia sometime last fall. The district attorneys hired all over the country are not enforcing the laws in the cities, and our government isn't enforcing the laws at the border. And people are tired of it. Take a look at this. This is clip number 4 of the mayor of Georgia trying to do a press conference.
That term means different things to different people depending on the context of the discussion.
We know what it means.
Many of the elements. Many of the elements.
Liar.
We are here to listen.
You're a liar.
We are here to listen. There'll be time for questions.
You are guilty and got blood on your hands for this murder, sir.
Many of the aspects that are ascribed to sanctuary cities
We know what sanctuary
are
city
things
means.
that are disallowed by Georgia law.
Sanctuary policy, which is what we do.
And we contribute a document every year to the Georgia Department of Audits indicating that we do not correspond to these definitions under state law.
Yes, you do.
And no policies have been adopted
Please
by the
stop
mayor and
lying.
commission
You're
that have
insulting
created
our
sanctuary
intelligence.
city status in
Sir,
Athens.
You need to resign.
One protocol that sometimes arises.
Resign!
Resign now.
You allowed
One protocol.
this to happen, sir.
Wow. Can you imagine sending your child, your teenager, your young adult off to college? You're thinking that they're going to be safe, and you find out that they have been murdered. Not only, I mean, murder is just enough, but brutally murdered by an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, I feel like all of that stuff in these press conferences is just emotionalism. I wanted to just tell them, like, shut up. Like, why are you there? Because these people, unfortunately, American people, have literally given the keys to the illegal aliens when they allow themselves to be manipulated by the press when things were going well with Donald Trump. Everybody told you what was going to happen, and now you see it happening, and now you're upset. Now, I'm not saying that she should have been killed. Lord God, I mean, I can't imagine what her family is feeling, but I'm so tired of the freaking theater of these people that acting like they're upset, and then they get distracted and they focus on things like trans rights and LGBTQ while literally our border is freaking bust wide open, and then all of a sudden when somebody ends up dead, you want to sit here and scream at somebody. Like, screw you.
Before we even get to them making it to this country, there are dead people lined up along the journey.
Yep.
And this is what I've heard from many of the people who are coming across. There are dead bodies. They walking across the dead bodies to get here. And that's even insane within
The
itself.
people who live right by the border, there were murders that happened to people who are living right across, Americans who are living right on the border. That's really scary for them. Like, can you imagine, like, for people who live right by the border and you see these just random, I've seen videos of them literally running through someone's property.
Yeah, and this is the results of it. Like I mentioned the LGBTQ, the same thing. Like, you're allowing these men to dress up as women, and when one of them, like, did y'all see when the basketball game and one of the girls got smacked? I mean, got beat, and then you want to just go to a press conference and get so mad. Like, this is the results of what you guys do every single day, and you're guilted into allowing these women and children to come across the border, and all the signs are leading to this is killing your children's future.
And
then
absolutely
something
and
happens.
it's dudes
Absolutely.
coming across the border. All the videos that you see, it's like a whole bunch of dudes and of all kinds of ethnicities from all over the world. They're pouring in from all over.
when
men.
I say, again, my alliteration, that progressive policies pulverize, the word pulverize is another word for dead.
Yes.
He's talking about definitions.
Destroy.
Right. He's talking about definitions. Well, let's get a thesaurus out, because another word for dead means, again, destroy, pulverize. You're burying someone, not breathing. And can you imagine burying your 15, your 18-year-old who's just starting his or her life on a college campus, no less, not to mention the other Americans who are just killed or murdered going about their day, their business, daily business.
And Shelley,
So,
we haven't seen the worst of it. Like, I think it was Andrew Tate was talking about when you have a home that has no dad, meaning no protection, no father, and then you allow these
military age men to come in.
Exactly.
And while all of the men that are supposed to be protecting us are either castrated, don't have sex with their wives, not allowed to say nothing, your kids don't respect you, and then the other ones are dressing up with makeup and a dress on. Like, men from the other parts of the world are not like that.
No.
And then they're going to come in here and they're going to behave badly and they're going to do that to your children. And then you're going to wonder, like, well, what happened?
Well, you talked about, people, women, young kids, women being left unattended to. This happened right here in Maryland.
Yeah.
An illegal, this was recent, an illegal alien from El Salvador has been arrested and charged with murder in connection to the February 8th slaying of a 2-year-old Maryland boy, Jeremy Poole Caceres, and the grievous wounding of the boy's mother. So prior to allegedly killing the child, Salvadorian national Nilson Gradios Trejo was twice arrested and twice freed in nearby Sanctuary County, despite an outstanding removal order and detainer request from immigration officials. This was right here in PG County, Maryland.
Exactly. The Americans, look, citizens, we are left out, if you will, ass out to the whims and the murders of these illegals. But go down, try to get your butt over in the White House. You're going to be hemmed up. His family, and again, this demented octogenarian in the White House has all the security that the world could ever want. But us, our people, we're ass out, left to the whims to be murdered, slaughtered, raped, our children, our girls, our sons and our daughters, while we're supposed to be protecting that house down at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I say enough is enough. Maryland's governor, whatever, has a policy called the Enough Act. Enough is enough. Again, strap up. Get your guns, Americans, legally, get educated, call me, email me, I'll tell you how to do it. We need to strap up and take back our house.
Well, look what they're doing with that. I mean, at least here in Maryland, they're trying to take away our gun rights, concealed carry rights.
Call me, text me,
Yeah.
send me a message or whatever.
I mean, that's the next phase. We're being attacked throughout the border. They're not enforcing the laws via the prosecution with these George Soros prosecutors. And then on top of all that, they've implemented laws to restrict our gun rights.